The next, after we trained that year, we shipped out in the spring up into Fort Meade, I guess it was. We shipped overnight, and that was a little bit of a change going up in there. So we wasn't there too long. We went down to Camp Patrick Henry. That was a point of shipping out there. But we didn't ship from there. We went back to, I think, to Camp Kilmer. Why, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got loaded on a ship over there, or in New York, and we was on about 10 days of shipping over there into Southampton, England, and that was quite a common place, I guess, for all of them to go in over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we was only there a couple of days, and we put out a cattle boat, as I call it, to cross the English Channel.
Right.
That was really loaded with, known to be with U-boats.
Right.
Well, we landed on our Omaha Beach.
Mm-hmm.
See, I just went as a casualty replacement.
Right.
A few days after the invasion, and we had to board these LCIs, landing craft infantry.
Mm-hmm.
In order, they couldn't get up close enough to shore, so we had to get on a landing ship. That still didn't get us up there. We had to wade in water up to our chest somewhere in there to get ashore. And we were headed for this St. Lo, that Hedgerow country.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, Ike, he didn't have very good intelligence there. He had the glider troops go in there. They were banging into the hedgerows, which was up about 4 foot high. I see quite a few of those that was burned up or partly burned. Have no idea what happened to the troops. And another thing he goofed on, like that, is they went in. They should have went in low tide. It turned out they went in on high tide. That's what. A lot of them drowned, I think, getting in, too. Before I got up there, though, one morning, they sent 3,000 aircraft over and leveled the city. I don't know just how big the city was, really, but good size. And we were the first division through it, and heading for Paris then, but well, we were ready to make an attack in the hedgerows, of course, and there was plenty of live fire coming over those, clipping the brush and stuff over them, and so I had heard something pop, or something. And I thought a piece of stone had chipped and hit me, in the front. I always carried my gloves in there. We had
You say gloves, these are just...
leather face gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And we always wore a field jacket, which was sweating our head off and that thing. So we pulled back at that point for a ways, not to make the attack, which it did happen now and then. And that's every time you stopped, you better start digging in, because protected you from artillery and mortars, and that's when I discovered something rattled around my glove. So I spied the culprit that was rattled. Well, I forget just how far we did go from there, but actually, and we did go from there to this seaport Brest. Well, that's one thing I didn't like about the tankers. They could push their way through, but it's just like snow plowing. The German troops was off to the sides, All they said is just a little clean up there. And, well, that cleanup lasted for 7 weeks, and that's where the big railroad guns were stationed.
Mm.
And when they set one out, you could tell the minute when they set it off, fired it, and sounded like a freight train going through they would make a crater as big as this house. And, there was something else.
You mentioned in this article that this is near Brest, and that we were out in the field steady at Brest 7 weeks before we pulled back for replacements and got to clean up a little bit, just like you said. We had to detail a couple of guys to go out and pick up the wounded and the dead. They wheeled back in there again a whole truckload of bodies on 18-wheelers, bodies stacked like cordwood. That was a gruesome sight. That must have been just difficult to see visualize that.
You begin to wonder at that point who was winning the war, Yeah. But they would pick up Germans too, You had to respect them, Once in a while they would call off or cease fire for I don't know how many minutes to pick up the wounded and dead or whatever. After that deal there, I caught us up in that Siegfried line area, up in the edge of Belgium and Germany. So we was on Germany a ways, and so I don't know just how long we was up there. Really.
Was this near Aachen?
That's the area, somewhere near, yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed like it was north of Aachen, but I ain't positive. Oh, we had to there was a lot of, was supposed to go in and make a lot of noise going in, hooping it up, because it was entirely dark and no artillery or mortars or nothing to alert them it was coming in. And took engineers to blow up some buildings. Well, they couldn't locate that outfit in there, and I don't really know whatever they did determine, but we had a bazooka team that got killed, and we'd been holding this little town. I don't know how big that was either, but so they had this programmed in to take off from some distance. We was kind of facing this Roar River, which I dreaded, and that was known to be a swift river. And that's when of course they had observation on us, and we did on them too, but so that's what had happened there. We're just getting started, and some of them come in there. When they would fire them, they would saturate the whole area. You'd have to get moving out of that, or really get caught. And so that's ended my career in there. It was just getting cold, snowy, well, about the same as right here in November, middle of November. And it wasn't looking too good there, but no, we always put up we had one sniper rifle. I had one guy get up take out a window up in the high house there, and he claimed he had shot one there. I of course got hit in the leg there, and my heel it sounds funny, I know, wasn't healing up, is draining yet, and so had this German Jewish doctor there, and he says, well, McIntyre, he says, I'll send you for some more x-rays, and which I went, and come back a hip fracture. And that ZID, that what?
No, what's that?
That's what the States was called, zone of the interior.
Heading home.
Huh?
Heading home.
Yeah. So that's the only time in my life I ever paid to open my mouth. Usually in trouble. Yeah. I went home on a Queen Elizabeth. That was a big luxury ship, the biggest one in the world, I guess, and that was converted somebody into a troop ship. So it took about 4 days to get to New York on that. That would sail zigzag alone, nothing with it. Be a harder target to hit with a sub, you know.